today we're going to talk about the drill of rowing strapless, okay? Where we row without pulling the straps really tight. It looks like this. It's challenging. It's challenging because you have to be responsible for keeping yourself connected to the machine and not relying on the straps to hold you from flying off the back end of the machine. Now, when we do this, a long time ago, I used to have our athletes put their feet on the outside of the straps. We don't do that anymore for safety reasons, but we can loosen up those straps really loose, but make sure their feet are still inside. If something were to happen, the straps would then catch them if they were keeping their momentum moving backwards. So here's why we do this drill. Often what we see is, I'm going to go nice and slowly here. If we go through our drive, right, we're pushing through the legs, squeezing, we're essentially creating this really powerful momentum backwards, right? And it does take a lot of core strength and body strength to change the direction of the handle once it's reached the back end of the stroke, to hold the body in this position, change the direction of the handle, and then remain in control as we go through the recovery. If someone relies too heavily on the foot straps, then it is quite possible they will begin to pull back with their toes and use the strength of their shins to pull themselves forward. And if you notice, when I do that, the order of operations that I use to get into or to move through my recovery phase of the stroke is kind of all out of order. Okay, so the proper order for the recovery is arms, body, then legs. Okay, we push the arms away, we swing the shoulders forward, and then we bend the knees up to the catch. But if we were to rely on the foot straps, we would probably start pulling way too soon and then either end up in this position to begin our next stroke, or if we know we have to get our body angle forward, we do so after and we start to dive forward. And either of those are not going to give us the best outcome in the next drive. So we loosen the straps, and they don't have to be super loose. They can just be just loose enough so that your athlete can recognize if they do have a tendency to pull their toes away from the foot stretchers as they move through their recovery. So just a little bit of loose strap here. And then with really minimal pressure first, you can have them increase their intensity as they feel more and more comfortable. But what you can have them do is move nice and slowly through their drive and get to their finish position and cue them to push their toes down into the machine. And they're going to push their toes down into the machine the entire time they are rowing. So you're going to push your toes down, push your toes down, push your toes down, push your toes down, all the way through. That keeps them in control of keeping their feet connected to the machine, and nothing else really needs to help. Those straps are no longer, they're not relying on those straps to do that. As they build up intensity, you may see that there's this period of time where your athletes have to get comfortable with bringing that layback back into their stroke, because it feels a little shaky here, right? So you might see when you loosen the straps for your athletes, their layback kind of shortens up. So give them some time to kind of get comfortable establishing the strength that they need in their core to keep their feet pushing down. So I like to say, push down with your toes, right? That's going to keep your feet connected, and really bring attention to your abdominal strength, right? You're holding this layback position for a period of time, allowing you to extend your arms, swing the body forward. That would be the time where you would see, if there is someone relying on those foot straps, that would be the time where you would see those toes moving back. I think we've all seen that happen. A little bit of attention on the toes, a little bit of attention on core strength at the layback. Start off easy, low intensity, and gradually build from there. It's going to help encourage proper order of operations through your recovery. Proper order of operations through your recovery sets you up for really solid, powerful drive.